show for the NXT Ring Report. Coming up, here are the matches and the rundown for tonight's NXT. Osborne defends the NXT North American Championship with Dion Lynch, Dark State. Dion gets himself back into sorry, folks. We've been having a lot of technical difficulties, but let's have Miles Bourne versus Joe Henry goes throw down with Keon Carter tonight. We'll have Joe Henry in his final NXT match with Keanu Harvard coming up. Also, too, the women's casket match for the NXT North American Championship. Tatum Paxley meets Blake Monroe in the casket match. The other Speed Championship is online as DJ Prosper and Lexus King battle for the vacant title. We get a lot going on here on the Pro Wrestling Show, including the main event. The main event will be the last one joining Raw. Take on Zaria. We get the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kitty Dick here. Glad you enjoying the Pro Wrestling Show. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to the tell that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right. Let's not miss no time whatsoever. Let's get this thing started with this right here. The Miles Bourne set to defend the North American Championship. Miles Bourne ready to go. He went against Dion Lennox. You know, Miles Bourne and Dion Lennox don't like each other one bit. And Miles Bourne wanted to get his hands on Dark State. This was his opportunity to do so. And Miles Bourne knows a thing or two becoming a champion. Miles Bourne retained his North American Championship over Dion Lennox. Dion tried to put up a fight. I don't know how Miles Bourne keeps winning these matches. Miles Bourne kind of reminds you of Randy Orton. Young Randy Orton. Miles Bourne now. What's that picture? Miles Bourne right there. Defeating Dion Lennox. Dion Lennox really didn't have a chance whatsoever. Well, it's still just some dissension going on between Dark State. Now, Saquon Sugars saying that he's going to be bringing the championship home to Dark State. Well, Saquon got that opportunity next week. Going Dark don't have to Well, we show you shake one. We want to get this right here. Keanu Carter versus Joe Henry, 1-on-1. Joe Henry, the former NXT champion, had problems with Keanu last week when Keanu Carter came and interrupted Joe Henry's concert and came and destroyed the concert, leaving Joe Henry out. Well, Keanu Carter really did some damage. Keanu Carter wasn't playing one bit. He just won the match by knockout, laying out Joe Henry. Joe Henry really didn't have a fight. Keanu Carter just nailed and ground and pound Joe Henry, laid him out. The referee had no choice but to stop the match. Keanu Carter won by default. So Joe Henry going straight to Raw, bringing that concert to Raw now, and he's going straight. I think it's too fast and too quick of NXT stars who really they ain't got their foot in NXT like Joe Henry. No, he's popular and stuff, but I guess then you new acts on the main roster just to fill up their talent pool. That's what it looks like to me. But Carter looks like he's gonna be replacing Javon Evans, Trick Williams, and Obafemi as one of the token black guys. It looks like he's all three rolled up in one. He has over strength, Trick's confidence in Javon's hairdo, I guess. He ain't no high flyer, but he did some work tonight. I can tell you that right now. But speaking of that, NXT did a spotlight on Kendra Gray, thinking that she's gonna be the next big thing. Hearing reports that she be like the next Sasha Banks. Kendra Gray giving a superstar profile of what she went through. Went through wrestling dynamics. Was wrestling in wrestling, pure wrestling, Greco-Roman. She was doing it all, so they're trying to get something going. I think Kendra will be a future champion in NXT. The cards is right. Speaking of another lady wrestler, Lizzie Rain debuts like a version of Becky Lynch and stuff. Becky Lynch's long lost cousin. She's gonna make her debut. Talk like she's European, so it's going to be a European air style Lizzie Rain. The NXT champion, Tony D'Angelo, was like he's been granted a gift by somebody Chinese. I don't know who, but the general manager don't even know what's going on. The general manager don't know what's going on. He don't know what's going on. So how that be and how that go. Well, we get to this right here. One of the women, Tatum Paxley, defended her women's North American championship against Blake Monroe inside of a casket match. The casket match was that Blake Monroe wearing dark. Blake Monroe did everything. He was even on one spot that Yeah, with her. Congratulations to Tatum Paxley. All right, you see Tatum Paxley win her match tonight. Tatum Paxley getting the win, and Tatum Paxley perhaps be one day a future women's champion. She's dark and sinister. Tatum Paxley got it done by defeating Blake Monroe, called herself the true women's North American champion. She did so tonight. Also, too, speaking of championships, looks like Lola Vice going to be in a program with Izzy Dane for the NXT Women's Championship. Izzy Dane wants that championship, and Izzy Dane wants it bad. And she's going to have to go after Lola Vice to get what to expect. Come out there. Lola Vice knows a thing or two about rump shaking her booty. She was out on the red carpet with Damian Priest, her boyfriend. We saw that come into fruition as well. Also, too, it looked like Lexus King new goal. He's the new speed champion with the help of his friends, the Birthright, helping him win some gold. Lexus King now holding gold in NXT. Lexus King now along with the Birthright, getting the gold together, getting himself into docking in position for that. Well, so we see Lexus King holding the gold. That's new speed champ defeating EK Profit. Well, so Lexus King holding up his new hardware, as you like to call it. See how that's gonna go. Well, it looks like the Vanity Project looks like they are trying to figure out what's going on. They thought they were gonna be set up on a date. And turns out what's his name set them up with some big girl that was on LFG. She came on there and she had told him that's AI. And so I guess she's gonna be known as their bodyguard going forward. So we'll see how this gonna go. Well, for the LFG, for the Vandy project, what they got going on. Well, we get to the main event. The main event of the night was Sol Ruca win against her former best friend Zaria. And what a match that was. These two women didn't hate each other. Now they had to put their differences aside. Still differences. Well, during the end of the match, we thought they were going to kiss and make up. It just wasn't the case. Zaria pushed Sol Ruca to the table and sent Sol Ruca on her way to Raw. Sol Ruca no longer will be part of NXT after Zaria. Looks like a loser leaves brand match or loser leaves town match. That will lead to, and you see right here, Zaria now the last woman standing and defeated her former best friend by when Sol Ruca couldn't unable to get out from the 10 count, was unable to. So it looks like that rivalry has come to an end. Well, that's going to do it for the NXT Ring Report. A lot of stars are moving on and moving on up. As Sol Ruca is moving to Raw. Joe Henry's going to Raw as well. A host of others. We probably might see some on SmackDown. We'll see if we get more coming up. Well, thank you all for watching this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show presents the NXT Ring Report. I've been your host, Kendrick Dick, saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow for the AEW Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show.